tennis, April.
I'm unique.
I'm the king.
I'm gonna treat her.
I'm here for the business.
I'm gonna show you who the African ego is.
Samson Viper.
I'm gonna win this fight for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, a nation so beautiful. And welcome to the capital of the Pearl of Africa. It's Kampala. It's beginning to get a little cold with temperatures dropping to about 27 degrees Celsius. But true to the word, it will get a little hotter when we get into the real action. It's the city that keeps life alive. And now, ladies and gentlemen, that is the night that presents to you the second edition of great action in the world of mixed martial arts. We're coming to you live on www.1ZoneMMA.com. And now, that hexagon right there tonight will be the center of excellence for whoever will execute beyond the ordinary in the world of mixed martial arts. And now, into our commentary booth, it's Webb, Daniel, Samakije, and Ian Mutenda.
Well, patience pains, but pays, they say. It's been 7 solid days of waiting for the action to come back. The first week, week 1, so 5 bouts introduce us to something that is soon becoming a part of us. Mixed martial arts came to Uganda. 5 exciting bouts we are entertained with. And today, we return for week 2 of the same. My name is Webb Daniels, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much from wherever you're watching us on the 1ZoneMMA.com website and on the home of sports, Sanyuka TV. Welcome aboard, Ian. An exciting first day of action it was. You do expect to see even more today, don't you?
I do, and thank you very much, Webb, to the millions who are watching on TV and to the millions who are watching online. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm pretty certain it's going to be epic. Week 1, like you said, was brilliant. This is going to go to a whole other level.
Well, before we get into the bouts today that have been increased by 1 more to 6, I said week 1 had 5. Week 2 has 6 because there are so many fighters who are craving to step into that hexagon, but it's only for the best to get the chance to step in there. But let's take it back a bit, Ian. The first week, if you sum it up for the people who missed it then, what kind of fights did you watch, and do you expect to see even better action today?
We had 5 fights. 4 of them were finished early. 1 of them went the distance, very tight one, but there was a very interesting mix from all these different fighters, the mix of styles, mix of experience, and we saw that. And of course, it ended with the main event where Super Saga from Sudan, aka Albert Saga, beat our very own Raymond Muganga in a very impressive battle.
Well, from North Africa to Uganda, Super Saga came and conquered our own Raymond Muganga, but that's history for now. Tonight, we focus on the main bout that will include 2 East African rivals. That is Glody Kanzeko, whose country has just been incorporated into the East African community, taking on Ronald Odoch, but that will be for later. The first 5 bouts of the day will include Cyprian Katumba taking on Kennedy Seriange. These 2 are from the same gym. Whether that will matter, there's only one way to find out. Farouk Ogwal up against Edrin Kajimu. Isaac Omeda will later come on in action against Darius Okello. Some Samson Serunjoji up against Daniel Dutt, and Eunice Akelo in the only ladies bout of the night, taking on a princess from Buganda, a kingdom in this part of the world, will be taking on Eunice Akelo. It is a case of the nurse, that is the ring nurse, against Joan Nasolo, the lioness. I do hope that the princess doesn't get her most unroyal treatment from the ring nurse.
The ring nurse is definitely going to look to do a quick one on the princess, aka the lioness. The lioness will be hoping to make this cage her own jungle.
Well, 6 bouts, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, fighters from different backgrounds, they've got different histories to bring into the hexagon. I do wonder which one, particularly for you, Ian, you're most excited to watch.
You mentioned Eunice Akelo against Joan Nasolo. I think that's going to be a really, really good fight. Both of them have a good background across different fighting styles. But the main event, it is always about the main event. Every fight leading up to that, I'm sure, will be very exciting. But the main event between Kanzeko and our guy Odoch. I say our guy, of course, because he is a Ugandan. Very good matchup. One guy who will want to go to the ground, that's Kanzeko, with that kind of fighting background he has. Odoch, on the other hand, will want to keep it up on his feet, where he is an absolute beast.
Save that for later, Ian, because the first bout is about to get underway. The first of the night between 2 guys from the same gym. That is Cyprian Katumba, who nicknames himself the African Zombie. He will be hoping he scares the beauty or the fight out of Kenneth Seruyange, the African Eagle.
Yes, we had a guy who called himself Dead Body last week. Unfortunately, he was beaten. So we're hoping that the Zombie will not emulate the Dead Body from last week, and he will bring a lot more life to his fight. So it will be interesting. The fact that you said they're both from boxing backgrounds, they started to do kickboxing and then evolved to MMA. Same gym, same storyline. It should be a good one.
It should be a good one. Say no more, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from wherever you're catching us. It's time for the party that we came here for. We do take you straight now to our ring announcer to take us through the first bout between Cyprian Katumba and Kenneth Seruyange, the African Eagle.
Welcome once again to the great night of great action. We're coming to you live and direct on www.1ZoneMMA.com in Kampala, the Pearl of Africa. We're getting into the real action tonight and the first bout weatherweight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming to the yellow corner, age 22, weighing in at 64 kgs at a height of 160.6. Ladies and gentlemen, Ugandan by nationality, welcome the African Zombie, Cyprian Katumba! And now, we're coming into the cage to the black corner, weighing in at 63.4 at a height of 176, Ugandan by nationality, age 25. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the African Eagle, Glody Kanzeko. In the yellow corner over there, Glody Kanzeko, and in the black corner, Katumba Cyprian. Time for action is now. And now we'll hand over the action to our center referee, Mr. Bengo.
Come to the center. Fighters, for this bout, one thing is very special. All 1Zone MMA rules apply, but we do not strike with the elbows of any sort. It's not allowed. At all times, stay safe, give us a clean fight, and then one more thing, give us a very safe environment. We do not want other incidences. Okay, fighter, go to your corner, and fighter, go to your corner. Fighter, are you ready? And fighter, are you ready? Fight!
Well, action time, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again. These two fighters, Cyprian Katumba, nicknamed the African Zombie, from the black corner, and Glody Kanzeko, who is from the yellow corner, have both been trained in the same gym before, but they clearly start without any form of friendship between them or respect at all as they get us underway the first bout today. Ian and Declan Chinto, of course, joining me to slice this down. Guys, this is a bout we are about to see.
First of all, thank you for introducing me, Webb and Ian. Nice to be with you guys. And off the bat, Glody is going into it. Look at that spinning head kick. Beautiful. He is really putting some power behind those shots, and yeah, this is what we came for.
Yeah, yes, it is. Cyprian has gone for a couple of early low kicks. But of course, as we mentioned earlier, he's fighting against someone who knows him quite well, Kanzeko.
Ooh, that's a very good jab.
These are two fighters who have got pretty much the same history, because they are both boxers and kickboxers. That's their history. Though Glody has got some bit of more experience. He has fought 25 bouts in kickboxing, winning all.
That's a very good
He was
combination.
beaten in boxing, but we clearly see it that the two fighters are good with their upper work. That's striking.
We expect. I think this is the kind of fight we're expecting from these two. Both of them do have that background, like you said. Both of them are comfortable on their feet. Will be interesting to see if any of them wants to switch things up and take this to the ground at some point.
I think them coming from the same gym might play a factor, because that means both fighters know each other's game. But these beginning striking exchanges are powerful. Cyprian is not holding back on those shots at all. I like this double exchange, push kick, tip situation going on. Glody, obviously, so far the more active fighter of the two.
He does have the
what
longer
a round
legs.
kick
And
that
there
one.
you go.
Had it landed?
No, it slightly missed. He does have the more explosive attacks indeed.
Yeah, Glody there from the yellow corner, the taller guy, for those of us watching. Says he's good with his kicks, and you can clearly see it. I like the way they're keeping the distance between the two. There's no room for clinching.
There is no room. No, none of these strikers are thinking of grappling at all.
Not at all.
I also like what Cyprian is doing with those leg kicks. They will add up. Let them not lie to you. They add up eventually during the course of the fight.
One by one makes a bundle, they say. How much will those kicks that are not looking so scary so far, Ian?
Yeah, I don't think any
But
of them
later,
none of them has really landed, but like you said, the more and more low kicks that connect over time, we will see this as we go the distance.
I do like that the fighters are using kicks more and not just solely relying on their boxing, giving your opponent a different look, attacking high, attacking low.
That was a powerful
very
fight.
beautiful right hook rather.
Cyprian was too lucky not to go down with that because he quite landed
clean.
Responded.
And he returned with a nice one of his own too.
Responded with a good body kick and then with a good punch.
You feel like Kennedy's a bit with the advantage with his stance.
I'd say Kennedy just has a reach, which he's using very well. He's sliding in and out from Cyprian very well. So he is sliding into touch and slide out just in time. So Cyprian can't reply. And what if I'm Cyprian? What
trying to go for the combo.
Oh, exactly.
And now we get to our first clinch of the day. Cyprian trying to sweep him down. Hard punches. Those are rapid punches there from Cyprian. He's trying to take him down.
Combination.
Kennedy is watching everything coming at him, but those punches must have landed, Declan.
And Cyprian did exactly what I was about to say. If I was him, I want to enter in and cut the distance. I want to make Kennedy's reach null. And that's exactly how we enter that clinch situation, and obviously you see why.
But Kennedy is concentrating so much on landing punches to the face of Cyprian.
He does have the reach advantage, and you expect him to continue to do that.
Indeed, but Kennedy should be wary. You don't want to headhunt, man. You don't want to headhunt because you become predictable, and that's the worst thing that can happen to you in the hexagon. You do not want to be predictable.
They're still mostly keeping the fight in the center of the hexagon.
So
not so much to the...
Indeed. I'd like to see some switch up, man. Some body shots, some body jabs, some leg kicks from Kennedy, especially Kennedy.
That's a powerful
Cyprian
jab
is doing a good job of mixing up his strikes, but Kennedy is only headhunting. I want to see him mix it up. Some legs, some body.
Probably taking your advice right there. Going for a lower one.
Yeah, because you don't want to be a one-trick horse, as Webb put it earlier.
But you can tell
one-trick ponies don't work in such a game. That's why it's called mixed martial arts. You've got to come with a combination of several. 10 seconds to go in the first round.
10-second warning, these two guys getting a good feel of each other.
It's interesting. This is the first bout probably we have seen that hasn't gone down for an entire round. Should this speak to
the styles of
the two fighters?
I think without question we knew their kickboxing backgrounds, their boxing backgrounds, and that is where both fighters want this fight to be. And they do have a good knowledge of each other, so I was wondering if any of them would try to switch things
Let's
up.
Look at these exchanges.
Do those replays give you an impression of who perhaps could have taken this first round?
Well, let's look at them right now. Off the bat, I would say the power advantage lands with Cyprian. Obviously, he's landing the heavier shots. But when it comes to the volume, Kennedy is pumping up more.
Yeah, he has definitely landed
so
more.
Now it's a tricky one to say. This is exactly what the fight we thought we'd come to see. Both fighters have put it out there, and I wouldn't want to call this first round. I won't lie to you.
Well, you don't want to call this. You're choosing to play safe. I like that. Ian, you want to take a shot?
No, I think I'd give the edge just about because of the volume of the punches that landed. I'll give the edge very, very slightly to Kennedy, but it's a very tight fight.
I'd say it's very much a 10-9 round. Who the 10 is up to you.
It's up to the viewer. And of course, later on, it will be up to the judges, the three judges who are at the heart of this. But the first round did not give us so much, more so in terms of grappling. But
I will say I'm not disappointed. I saw very high level striking, especially some speeding attacks, some good kicks from both fighters.
And they tried to mix things up. We saw some punches.
As a fight fan, I'm very, very, very happy.
We
Kennedy
saw some low
has
kicks.
gotten raised for a couple of professional fighters before. Mainly as a kickboxer. He started boxing in 2019, tried at the national trials, was beaten at the novices in the semi-finals. And he says this might be his time. Whereas Cyprian, the African zombie, the man who loves his vegetables before a fight, you'd expect him to go for starch.
Explains the power.
Oh, vegetables are good with power.
Explains the power.
I thought the posho and beans would come in more handy if you wanted power. But anyway, as we get into the second round of this 3-round, 5 minutes each bout, where they continue with their kicks.
Leg
Same
kicks
script
are going
like
to
it was
add
in
up.
the first round.
Let them not lie to you.
Yeah, we've seen some some good low kicks from Cyprian. Beginning of the first round, beginning of the second round as well.
They are going to add up. Let them not lie to you. If Kennedy does not start checking those leg kicks, he very soon cannot place his weight on that front lead leg. Well, if he does not start, and he should be very careful with the swinging. You don't want to go wide.
And I feel like if you swing so much and your punches don't land, you might run out of gas.
And not only that,
use a lot of energy in your
you
punch.
Also expose yourself because you don't want to swing wildly and miss, and then have your whole back exposed to some sort of attack. So, as you're swinging, even if you do want to land with power, you should be accurate. You really want to make sure that power sticks.
Another low kick, another good low kick from Cyprian.
I'm telling you, they're going to add up, man.
But given his reach, give him credit for managing to pull off those interesting kicks, because you know he's a bit short. Some of them were actually getting to the upper body of Kennedy.
Yeah, quick stoppage, of course, for the glove right there.
Indeed, but you know, the low kicks is good for the shorter fighter in Cyprian, because in that you nullify the jab. Every time you give a low kick to the front leg, you're also blocking your opponent's ability to jab properly, because you need to plant your weight on that.
Oh, that was a powerful punch from Kennedy. He tries to corner him.
Okay, we have a clean situation.
Down for the first time.
What do we have? We have a takedown. Does it count?
Does it count?
No, it's finally completed.
It's down now. Finally, nothing threatening Declan, is it?
No, not as of yet. Cyprian is still safe for now, but he should not be pulling guard, in my opinion. You really want to separate and get back on your feet. You do not want to pull guard or give Kennedy the chance to mount.
That open guard is not serving Cyprian in it.
It's really not serving Cyprian, especially if you do not know how to play open guard. If you don't know how to play off your back in general, you don't want to be on your back.
Well, he has done well at this to keep Kennedy close to him so that he doesn't land any deadly punches.
But I like that Kennedy is right in his corner. So he's listening to his corner men. He's listening to his coaches.
Got his half guard on. Gives him some bit of control. I feel like Cyprian has got better control in this, in as much as Kennedy is on top.
Kennedy is right in front of his corner and is listening to them. He's listening to how to keep control, and it's obviously working, whatever advice they're giving.
Yeah, Cyprian's he has had no damage done against him since the takedown.
It's a clean fight, I feel. It's a smart fight. Do you feel?
It is, but also we've said this countless times. These two guys do have a kickboxing background and a boxing background, so both of them are used to being on
the battle of legs there.
He's landing a few shots.
Look at those punches that Kennedy is sneaking in as he scrambles
and back up as we predicted.
That's very beautiful, very beautiful. He refused to accept the position.
Wow, that was a powerful escape there from Cyprian to get back up on his feet, Declan.
And that is exactly how you do it. Do not accept position, man. You just keep fighting. You just keep fighting. Make it nasty. Make it unbearable. And make sure, give your opponent something to think about. Make them also know that you came here for the win as much as they did.
It will be interesting to see how conditioning plays a factor in this one. Another takedown attempt.
Oh, beautiful kick.
Kennedy is losing his stamina.
Kennedy is getting a bit wild. He needs to get composed. He needs to compose himself.
As the fight
Kennedy now takes Cyprian down.
That's a very beautiful takedown.
What does he do with that takedown? Trying to go get into side control.
Trying to get into a mount position.
Trying to get into
trying to get into a mount position, which he does.
This is exactly where Kennedy wants to be.
The part where they keep pounding.
And Cyprian is doing he was doing the right thing. He is still doing the right thing. You want to bring.
Trying to slide under his opponent.
Nice.
He's got his back.
Let's see what we have. Is that a hook? Is that one arm in?
I want
to see how deep it is.
This could be
he rolls over. Nice seatbelt grip.
If he does get his leg well and locks Cyprian well.
He has a good seatbelt grip, but Cyprian might be entering full guard. He might. He has escaped. It's out.
It's out.
It's gone. That moment has gone.
Not a threat.
That moment has gone. If exactly,
Oh.
but then the triangle is real. The triangle is very real. That triangle is very real.
One leg in.
Kennedy just needs to make sure he gets that arm to the other side of his body. If he can switch that arm across his body to the other. Oh,
his feet are strong.
Beautiful triangle escape.
Cyprian was lucky to escape that decline.
No, I won't say that escape was luck. That escape was all skill. He kept his composure and he walked through the triangle, breaking the lock, and yeah.
Kenneth playing some good groundwork and saved by the clock, I would say.
Well, I think he seemed quite comfortable at that point, even though he was on his back. He was waiting for his opponent to come.
Was this a form of defense?
It is a form of defense, no question about that.
Yes, it did. It was a form of defense. I think he was waiting for the ref to separate them or get an up kick situation. But I want to mention that if I failed to judge the first round, which might have gone to Kennedy, the second round has to be all Cyprian.
All Cyprian. Yeah, you agree?
He had the better in the grappling situations.
He was taken down twice.
But
though.
look at that, he was taken down twice.
He was
taken down twice, though he did minimize the damage when
he did minimize the damage when he was taken down, and he did have the power difference in the striking. It's very evident.
I think we've had two very close ones.
This
time I pretty much can't separate the two. But the fact that these two guys are sweating the way they are, I think there is absolutely no question that the sweat played a factor in one of those takedowns because they are more slippery, getting the grip, getting the hook.
Let me not lie to you. Sweat is a secret weapon. Sweat is definitely a secret weapon. It's definitely a secret weapon, man.
Well, who has made better use of the weapon? 2 rounds so far, each of 5 minutes. If they go the distance,
looking at both fighters
5 more
right
minutes
now,
to go. But looking at the two, do you feel they've got enough gas left in them?
Going to be
I was about to say, looking at the two fighters right now, I'd say Kennedy looks the fresher fighter. I don't want to judge, but he's been the one breathing less heavily in his corner. He's also the one who more composed in his breathing and cool down.
I think the conditioning that we're talking about is definitely going to be a factor in determining the outcome of this match.
Definitely, 100%. Condition has to check in right now.
One more round to go, ladies and
Final
gentlemen.
round.
Cyprian Katumba in the black corner, up against Kenneth Senyange from the yellow corner. The African Eagle looking to fly over the African Zombie.
The Zombie is very much alive.
I'd like to see some more composed striking. Both strikers were very wild in the beginning of the second fight, just going out there. I think this third round is going to be all endurance and composure. The more accurate striker may take this one.
Whoever keeps more gas in their tank will be able to go the entire distance. That is if both fighters are not planning a knockout.
I like that from the ref, man. We want to see action, exactly.
Yeah, we came here for action, and of course, they've given us a bit of it. I mean, trust me, in there, you don't want to just come all out against your opponent. Never mind these two coming from the same gym.
And I think
there should be some bit of respect.
The fact that they do come from the same gym, the fact that they do have that knowledge of each other, that is why we've seen the kind of fight that we've seen. Both of them are comfortable on their feet. That's where they've tried to keep it. And in the moments where there were some opportunities, you could see the hesitation because of that knowledge of each other.
Oh yeah, man. I like that Kennedy's corner is calling for some more unauthorized strikes, some Superman punches, some tips. I think that basically they're telling him keep it unpredictable. Keep Cyprian moving, keep Cyprian thinking, and maybe that may be the window you need. And also, I'd love to see Kennedy follow up. He just throws one jab. And then he
doesn't follow it up with it.
Just comes back. I like to see him following up.
It's getting animated right now.
Some
Cyprian
taunting.
is doing some. Oh.
Oh, that ring, that cage, the ring. The cage is very slippery, man.
It is very, very slippery.
So now we'll see who can make use of the sweat. Remember the told you? What's the secret advantage?
Secret advantage.
Kennedy has cut the cage.
Oh!
Very, very careful.
Did that land home?
It did, but it almost took his balance. You want to be very careful.
Two very closely matched
Kennedy needs to follow up these shots, man. He's just
landed.
touching one and go. You can't touch one and go. You need to follow up. Give a combination. Give 3, 4 punches.
Take a few
I
risks.
think he's afraid of getting so close because if you're going to follow up, you need to come closer. And I think
you can still throw
the heavy punch of Cyprian.
Yeah,
that's
you
why
can.
he's trying to.
But you can throw a combination from that reach, man. Exactly, like that. You can do a 1-2. It doesn't have to be a 3-punch, 4-punch combination. Just don't do that. Don't stick and move. You want to follow up. You want to keep your opponent. You want to keep your opponent. What?
Guessing.
Exactly. You want to keep your opponent guessing.
Keep your opponent guessing. Mix things up. We have seen a bit of variety, but not consistently the way you want, Declan.
Keep your opponent guessing, but I can bet we can't guess exactly who is in the more advantageous position so far.
This
the
is
two
the second
fighters have
time the
sort
ref
of
has called for that in this round.
for action in the
Yeah.
fight. Yeah, you know, it speaks to the nature of fight we are having. It's a cagey bout, really.
Does
Cagey
it-
affair so far.
Does that mean that one fighter might be having a point reduced in case inactivity does continue?
Yeah.
I
is
I
who?
don't think that's about to be happening.
Exactly, that's the question. Who is the inactive fighter?
But I think they have given us some fair, striking. Really.
Yeah, I'd say kudos to both fighters. Exhaustion is kicking in. So, like we did mention at the beginning of this round,
We expect
you are
them to slow down right
Powerful
about this
punch from
point.
Cyprian.
Good punch right there.
I like what Kennedy is doing, cutting off the cage.
He has tried to
Kennedy is
cut off-
mounting on the pressure slowly. By the way, we've not been noticing, but he's been slowly turning up the knob. You know, making the kitchen hotter.
Kitchen hotter is what we are seeing, but Kennedy loves his kicking.
He
He throws those high kicks, taking advantage of his
those leg kicks have really been landing for Cyprian all
They've been
fight long,
landing
man.
all fights. He has needed to do that. I think with Kennedy, perhaps you'd want more to see with a slightly taller man, the reach advantage.
No,
I don't
like
think we've
that.
seen too much of that. Another interesting combo. Good
Like that.
combination.
You see what's just happened? Kennedy's been following up that first shot with another, with a second or third shot, and the combination has helped him in the last 20-40 second exchange.
Yeah, whenever he follows up his jab, he does actually get something.
Come on.
Action is what the man at the center is calling for. It's what we came for.
The fight is ending. I think this is when you should throw caution in the wind
Now
and
you
really
have
go for it.
Absolutely throw caution to the wind. Try to go for it because this is going to be a very close call from the judges. One of these two has to take a few more risks to make sure they can actually guarantee that victory.
Those leg kicks have been money. Money for Cyprian, man.
Wow.
Oh, spinning back fist.
Spinning
Beautiful.
back fist, finally.
This is back.
Gets his
Oh.
back.
Oh.
No trouble.
Fails to
10 seconds
capitalize
to go.
yet again.
Oh,
10 seconds to go.
beautiful
This
combination.
is it.
This is
about
it,
to be 7
exactly.
o'clock. Get it
Exactly.
started.
Just put it out there, man. Just leave it out there. That's it.
And
It's
that
a
is
wrap,
it.
ladies and gentlemen.
What
The
a
third
close.
round is done.
Wow.
What a
Close.
tight bout this has been.
Wow,
Too close
man.
to call.
Wow, man. Wow. That's all I can say.
Yeah, no, it's a very, very close battle. These
Very
two
close
guys-
bout, yo.
These two guys are feeling each other out in the very first round. We spoke about them training in the same gym. We spoke about their styles. They're both orthodox. They're both kickboxers. They have been in the same gym. They have a very good idea of each other. Even though they've not fought against each other, you could see that respect. And they were wondering what the other fighter was going to throw at them throughout. But very, very close contest. And it's going to be a very tough one for these judges.
A tough one for the judges, but I'm sure it's not going to be a tough one for Declan, who chose to abstain in the first round. I do
just
hope this
said
time
for-
around.
I'd say over the
you
course of the fight, slightly, very slightly. I'd say maybe 10-9 in the first round to Kennedy, a 10-9 in the second round to Cyprian, and then a 10-9 in the third round to Kennedy. So very slightly. It may be a split decision with the judges, but Kennedy just slightly outstruck. Maybe the better use of the striking, maybe the more variety of the strikes. But then obviously the power, man, because every time Cyprian would touch him, Kennedy would feel it.
This is becoming a chess game.
I think it's going to be more about who landed the most strikes.
Volume,
I
you think volume may...
think just about. I think just about. I would give this to Kennedy as well, but I won't be surprised with any other decision because, like I said, two very closely matched fighters who went at it for 3 rounds. They didn't mix things up as much as you'd expect, but again, that comes from the respect that they have of each other and the fact that they're both comfortable when they're standing in the
I
center
feel
of
like
the ring.
Cyprian gave us something in the second round.
Oh yeah,
There was a
No, he tried.
slight bigger edge
I
over
agree there.
Kennedy,
I
and for
agree
me,
there.
that might be the difference.
I agree there. Cyprian did give us something over the second round, and man. But I will say both fighters fought their fights. We may have would like to see a bit more maybe grappling, but I will say that for what the fights for the way they prepared, both fighters did the fight they wanted to fight, and you could argue for both fighters it worked for them. So now we just have to see for the
But
judges.
with a fight like this, two guys with the background that they have, exactly what you're saying. That's the kind of fight they wanted. It's about who executed the game plan a bit more.
Oh yeah.
Well, the game plan is what matters in this game. It's like a game of chess. You need to have a game plan. You don't just come all out hoping to silence your opponent. It's hard to exactly see a difference between the game plans that were, brought by the two. But indeed, It was a fight worth watching. Gave us, I think, a bit of a test. Both guys here can't call the fight.
No, I mean, we literally can't call. I think this one is too close to call. It might be the first draw we have in this 1Zone MMA. Yeah, Kennedy, with a slight reach advantage, landed a few more shots, landed a few more kicks. Declan was implying that there was a bit more power coming from Cyprian, but I'm not too sure about that. In my book,
you don't think the power discrepancy was that big?
I'm not too sure the power discrepancy was big at all. And even when they went down in the second round, that was a very interesting one because Kennedy did take him down twice. However, when he went down twice, Katumba was actually quite fine with that one.
Well, Cyprian is dancing in his corner, hoping he takes it home. But Ian says it could be the first draw we watch tonight. But what exactly is the story going to be? Let's hear it straight from the ring announcer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight our first bout of action in the 1Zone MMA. And the welterweights, scoring it at 85. And for the champion at 87. Ladies and gentlemen, by unanimous decision, champion tonight, welterweight 1Zone MMA, Serunyange Kennedy. The African Eagle flying so high and so proud tonight, welterweight champion 1Zone MMA for the very first time, Kennedy Serunyange. How do you feel tonight?
I feel very good because I've never been beaten in kickboxing, and now I've taken that spirit in MMA. So I'm very proud. I'm proud of what I've done, and I'm proud of MMA, 1Zone MMA. Mr. Gomez for training me those, the takedowns, the down work. That's why I wanted to do a kickboxing fight, but I said, let me go down to give respect to my coach, Sensei. And then I gave a good fight to my coach and mentor, Mubiru Shaki, the breaker. He's a champion, and I'm also a champion. He has made me a champion, and I've played good, I know. Everyone has enjoyed our fight. It has been a very good fight. Though I did not want a KO because I wanted to teach my teammate here. I wanted to teach that man that I'm the best. I'm the African Eagle. So anyone who wants me, I'm ready.
Indeed, he's already the eagle. He's already to fly so high. Before you come into this fight, you did say that you will show your opponent what it means to be the African Eagle. Probably everybody thinking it would have been a KO, but seemingly after 3 rounds, you did make it. What happened?
I wanted people to enjoy. I wanted them to enjoy. That's why I did not go for a KO. I would go for the KO, but I wanted them to enjoy. Maybe next time I'll go for the KO. Yeah, I'll give my opponent a KO, and I'll give you the best of the best next time.
Indeed, it's still best of the best here at 1Zone MMA. Back to our commentary booth with Web Daniel, Sabakije, Declan, and Ian Mutanda.
The eagle that keeps flying does again fly above the zombie, the African zombie that is Kennedy Serunyange. In a close bout, does beat his teammate Cyprian Katumba in our first bout of the night. And guys, we are on for fight number 2 between Farouk Ogwal taking on Edrin Kajimu, a fight that has seen 2 kings looking to match each other. But before we get into that, a moment of reflection on to what has just happened. Ian, this was a close fight, too close to call. You predicted just Kennedy. About. You gave it to Kennedy, same as Declan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought with the second round, Cyprian could have had an edge, but that doesn't matter for now, guys.
Yeah.
A cagey affair it was, but a complete bout.
Very cagey affair, two guys who are very comfortable kickboxing. You heard it even from Kennedy himself at the very, very end. That is where he wanted the fight to be, but he did want to pay a bit of respect to his coach, to his sensei. He talked about mixing things up. To be fair, we didn't see as much of the mix-up as he did.
as
but
much mix-up.
But the beauty of mixed martial arts is that you play what you know. You play
Which is
safe.
what-
Don't try things you don't know. If you don't
he's,
do the groundwork.
he's unbeaten in kickboxing, so he
This
made
is-
it a kickboxing
This
fight.
has been what we've been preaching the whole time. Fight your fight, man.
Fight your fight well. More fights for you. 1 down, 5 to go. And the next, ladies and gentlemen, is between Farouk Ogwang, the young king, taking on Kajimu Edrin King. I don't know what it is with kings and kings in here.
We have so many. We have 4 different kings tonight. I want to see who is completely in charge. I want to see who the real king is by the end of the night.
Well, we have a king and, of course, the real daughter of a king. So it's interesting, an interesting night we are about to have. But let's get straight back to our ring announcer to introduce the next fighters. That is these 2 guys, as you see, Farouk Ogwal and Edrin Kajimu, 2 fighters who have never met before.
Oh, yeah.
One from the police gym, one is from the police. And of course, we're excited to see how Kajimu, the man who says he loves his posho and beans, will be taking this one.
In the bantamweight division, age 27, weighing at 58.9 kgs at a height of 170, Ugandan by nationality. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the young king, Farouk Ogwang. And into the yellow corner, age 22, weighing at 59.3, at a height of 170, Ugandan by nationality, Edrin King, Edrin Kajimu. And now it's time for action as we get into a bantamweight. Farouk Ogwal and Edrin Kajimu will hand over the fight to the man in charge of the center rules, Amos Mukasa.
Fighters, right? You know what? Listen to me all the time, right? No eye gouging, no holding the fences, right? Don't kick an opponent who's grounded, right? Go to your corner, fight. Go to your corner. But are you ready? Are you ready? Fight!
And we are on for the second bout of the night between
Oh, yeah.
Muay Thai fighter.
Straight
Wow,
into
this
it,
was too
man.
quick.
Immediate
No time for
takedown.
introduction. Let's
Oh,
get
yeah.
straight into it. A
Do you
proper
know-
takedown.
I was about to tell you, yesterday at the fight weigh-ins, of all the fighters, Kajimu was the most stoic. he looked like he made the most business.
He
And just what I was about to say looks like it made sense.
He says he's the master of disaster.
Because
we are seeing a bit of a disaster.
An entry. Jesus.
What an entry. The man came here. He came with a game plan.
Finish it off in the first round. But that can bite if you're so excited about finishing off your opponent in the first round. You might actually
brilliant.
Get caused
What
by
is
own
this?
Peter.
But I don't think that's good for him. I don't think that's good because he's voluntarily giving his back.
He's giving his
so
back.
Kajimu does want to turn and face his opponent.
And he gets into a mount
But
position.
now Ogwal
And
has
that's dangerous
mounted.
given that they're in a corner.
But he's doing well. He's doing beautiful escape, and he's you know what? He's actually stuck this takedown.
Whoa! Was that a suplex?
Yes, it was.
Did I just see a suplex? What a slam that
I was
was.
about to tell you, Kajimu just stuck that takedown. Even after escaping a dangerous situation, he chose to still engage in the grappling. And
No, guys,
you know,
it's very interesting because Farouk Ogwal has a Muay Thai background. He has a kickboxing background, whereas Edrin Kajimu, the man in the yellow, the man in the yellow he's more of a boxer, but we're seeing him do everything else. He's literally throwing everything he has in the first round.
And clearly he has eaten enough posho. He says his favorite food is posho, but you can see the power, too much power he's got.
oh yeah, man.
And he's putting it to work. I do hope it doesn't come back biting, if he doesn't finish it off in the first round.
Oof. This is going to be an interesting fight. This is definitely going to be an interesting fight.
This is a very. I like that overhead jab. I don't know what it was.
Interesting sweep right there.
That's a
dangerous
very good
position.
Oh, it's
Ground
a
and pound. Ground and pound. This is dangerous. Kajimu is in trouble.
Kajimu's
That's
giving
why
his
he
back.
stepped back. Whoa,
He
what
is
an
giving his
escape.
back.
Brilliant
But the
escape.
triangle is still in his neck.
No, there's no triangle
There's
right
no
now.
triangle,
He just
yeah.
needs to
Isn't that
really
the
needs to
triangle
let
in
go of
his
that foot. Exactly, just like that.
Okay,
And separate, man. Kajimu needs to separate and rethink. But I don't know, man. These exchanges have been 50-50. I can't say who's come out on top.
But how did Farouk Ogwal fail to capitalize on that?
What a
That was
punch.
such a dominant position for
Well,
him.
I think it goes to Kajimu's wrestling background, man.
Get into a clinch, and that knee did land a bit.
Kajimu is the most wild fighter that we have seen so far.
Reminds me of Rasta Zadok.
Yeah.
Very similar
Just a
though.
bit, just a bit of Rasta's
Rasta
manners.
Zadok was clearly a wrestler, and he knew exactly where he wanted this fight to end up.
I will.
With Edrin Kajimu,
That's
he's mixing
Kajimu
things
has
up so
very
much.
good escapes, man. Very good mount escapes.
But that was risky. He took himself down badly. He tried to take.
Yeah, I will agree with
Farouk
you
down,
there,
but,
Webb.
he actually was almost landing himself into trouble.
Indeed, I'll agree with you there, Webb. Kajimu keeps putting himself in nasty situations where he doesn't need to be.
I feel like Kajimu,
He's gassed out. He
doesn't have a proper idea of what he wants to do.
That's what I was saying. He's the most wild fighter we've seen. He has thrown
Yeah.
everything. He has no clear pattern, but it might weirdly be exactly what he wanted this fight to be.
This is trouble.
He
I
has
sense
such
trouble.
good mount escapes.
Or
Let's see
does
if I-
Farouk not have very good ground control?
There
He's
could
being
be one of
pounded
both,
now.
man. It could be a bit of both.
He's being pounded now. This is
He
dangerous.
needs to
for
do
him.
something. He definitely needs to do like that. Exactly.
And it's not a full mount, but he's somehow not doing so much about the punches. Is he running out of gas?
Oh, Farouk. I think we should also talk about how Farouk has really been enjoying these mount situations.
Mount situations.
Consistently
He's in
getting
trouble.
them.
He's in a full mount position.
Yeah, it's honestly.
He's
Farouk has consistently
That's
been
well
getting
twisted.
these mount situations, and he's also been.
He looks
oh,
like
wow,
he cannot
that's it.
defend himself anymore. The ref
That's it.
intervenes.
That's it.
That
Wow.
fight was wild.
And it's a wrap,
Absolutely
ladies
wild.
and gentlemen.
That's not how this fight started.
That is not how I expected this fight to go.
That's not how this fight started. I'll tell you that.
Farouk Ogwal,
Wow.
Farouk Ogwal, the winner of this battle, has a Taekwondo background, a kickboxing background, kickboxing and Muay Thai background. We expected him to want this to be a stand-up fight
what
against
did we get?
Edrin Kajimu, who is a boxer. We thought these guys would be standing up majority of the time, but Edrin was
That's what we got. We just
That-
got
not
a,
at
we
all.
just got a grappling exchange.
from the very first second. Edrin wanted this to go down.
I feel like rather Kajimu did not have a proper idea of what he wanted to do.
I'd agree with you
Even
there,
when
Webb.
he came out, all guns blazing.
He didn't have a
He
plan.
didn't have a plan.
He didn't have a plan. He didn't know what style of fight he wanted to impose on his opponent, and ultimately being stuck in the limbo is what
Whoa!
is what
What
that was a good one, man. I won't lie. I also like Kajimu's mount escapes. He was scrambling very well.
That was classic wrestling. He's a wrestler as well. Has he been in wrestling before?
This is very brilliant.
Whatever he has been doing, he has been doing a lot of everything. That was a very, like I said, very, very wild fight.
Was this one of those situations of jack of all trades,
Jack of all trades for a bit, but
it really did feel like it. It really did feel like it from Edwin Kajimu. But I say credit to him because he tried to mix things up. Perhaps a bit too much, but he.
But like what Webb says, you need a plan, man.
You do need a plan.
You know, this is a game of tactics, really. But give it up to Farouk Ogwal for keeping his calm.
Oh yeah, man.
Because at times, if a fighter comes at you without a plan, you also get confused and don't know what to do with them. But I feel like Farouk well dealt with Kajimu, and no wonder he was able to take this home.
Also, we have to give it to Farouk for his ground and pound situations.
He got into that situation
got into
a number of times.
Of those situations a lot, and he did it very well, man. Farouk is here walking over to us, doing a walk of
Ogwal from the police
doing a walk of
academy.
Victory in the cage, repping the police, doing well.
Well, let's go straight to the ring to hear it straight from the ring announcer who is making it official right now.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for a second bout tonight in the bantamweight, champion by technical knockout, Farouk Ogwal. Farouk Ogwal, a man of gimmicks right there. And of course, he takes it within the first round. The young king indeed, reigning so supreme. How do you feel? Not an easy fight, but you got it to your side.
I feel so great. I've trained for it. The guy was saying that he's a king. I'm the king. I've shown him that I'm the king. He could not last with me for the one round. That's what I've prepared for. And I was so ready for him. And I did it. And I'm still stand as the best. Yeah, I want to keep going on forever. I want this win to continue.
Indeed, sounds and feels like it's a battle for the king, so who has the biggest kingdom? How about if he asked you for a rematch? Are you ready for that fight?
Will he manage? He can't manage. Next time, even he will not last for 1 second. That's what I know.
Words of a champion right there. And of course, indeed, we say big congratulations to you, bantamweight champion tonight. 1Zone MMA, Farouk Ogwal. Commentary team, over to you. We're getting you to the next bout tonight.
Interesting bout. That is the master of disaster has made a disaster of himself as he was humbled by the young king. Ian, an interesting fight there. For me, again, should be a lesson. You don't come to this cage without a game plan. I don't think Kajimu had any game plan at all.
I thought for 1 second his game plan was to absolutely go crazy and to do something that would throw his opponent off rhythm. His opponent had more fighting styles.
But
however,
still, even with the chaos, it has to be organized
you need
chaos.
to stand on your head.
You can't just go there and be chaotic. You need organized chaos. You need to have a proper technique in which you're going to channel this chaos so that it makes sense. And obviously, Kajimu had the chaos, man. You can't deny that.
He had the chaos, but
he had all of it in abundance, but the coordination.
Ultimately, it cost him the fight.
Oh yeah.
But to give credit to the winner, Farouk, he did something. For me, if someone comes at you, you're the fighter, Declan. If someone comes at you like that, he's so powerful because clearly Kajimu was the stronger guy in that cage. But he comes at you guns blazing, you might actually get timid, and you.
I like that Farouk kept his composure. I like that Farouk stuck to his game plan, which is very important. And obviously, that's what won in the fight, man.
Keep it humble, keep it nice and simple.
Keep it simple.
And just deal with your opponent. But what will the story of the next bout, the third one of the night, be? It is Isaac Omeda up against Darius Okello. It is a Monster King. Again, another battle of kings. The Monster King up against the Jungle King. I don't know which one is more fierce. The Monster King and the Jungle King. Ian?
To be honest, they're both quite fierce, the Monster and the Jungle King. But I'll think in this particular case, perhaps I'll give it to the Jungle King.
Well, I want to see which king reigns supreme. So let's just wait.
Well,
See
let's
who
get
shall be reigned.
let's get straight into the cage now to see the third bout of the night, and we hand over to our ring announcer to just introduce the two fighters who are expected to put on a show like no other.
Indeed, for the third fight of tonight at 1Zone MMA in the featherweight division, welcoming into the yellow corner, aged 24, weighing in at 66.3 at a height of 170.8, Ugandan by nationality. He's a monster king. Welcome, Isaac Omeda. Welcoming into the black corner, weighing in at 64.3 at a height of 170.5, age 27, Ugandan by nationality, the Jungle King, Darius Okeno. It's time to get into the real section at 1Zone MMA. And now handing it over to a center referee, Mr. Bengo.
Fighter, stay right there in your corner. Fighter, stay in your corner. Fighter, your eyes on me at all times. Fighters, come to the center. All right. For this bout, no elbows of any kind is allowed. 1Zone MMA rules apply at all times. Play safe, take care of your partner, and give us a clean fight. No kneeing an open grounded opponent. Of course, knees to the body is allowed. Okay, fighter, go right back to your corner, and fighter, go back to your corner. Fighter, are you ready? Fighter, are you ready? Fight!
Darius Okello from the police gym has taken his time to enter the cage, perhaps because he knows when that door is closed, there's no more turning back, and straight into the action.
Wow. What an entry into a spinning back kick, into some Superman punch. Wow.
Darius Okello came here for business. You could see how he actually entered the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Darius Okello has a bit of an MMA background.
Yeah.
He has some grappling history. You would think
He has actually won the only fight in MMA he fought in Kenya.
you would expect him to want to take this down a lot more than Isaac Omedo would want to take this down. Darius in the yellow.
Well, Omeda started well by engaging the clinch and slowing down Okello's hype, but he needs to do more with it, man.
These two fighters have got the same history in taekwondo and kickboxing especially. That's where their game is. You expect to see
we need
a lot of techniques from both sports, but like Ian said, the man who took his time to enter the cage, the Jungle King, has some little edge in terms of experience in MMA because he won his fight in 2019 in Kenya.
That seems to be evident because, man, that entry was, wow, straight into it.
The double underhook.
I was about to actually talk about that. Isaac's double underhook, he needs to do more with it. He has the advantage in this position right now. So, man, he should be the one stringing attacks. He should be the one looking for some shoulder barges into his Okello's chin, or maybe some knees to the body, or even a takedown, an inside trip or something. But now he's lost the underhook. Now it's 50-50. But still, you can still be active off this clinch, man.
But I think that already shows you that Isaac Omeda knows the kind of opponent that he has, and he was hesitant to take it to the ground even when he had the opportunity to take his opponent down.
Isaac Omeda is all the way from Acholi, Kitgum. That's the northern part of this country called Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, a beautiful place where people love their la pena. Like he said, it's his favorite dish. But he does hope he doesn't become the favorite dish for Darius Okello.
Do you know what I like what Okello is doing very well? He's posting Isaac against the cage, pushing the weight through his shoulders, and then just creating a gap, just enough for him to slide his knee up into Isaac's torso.
He has landed a few knees in that position.
That's how he's landed a few of those knees. So it's very good. He's posting, using his weight, post against Isaac, post Isaac against the cage, and then just get enough knee to boom, just like that.
Well, the referee is a bit patient.
Yeah, there was
before he was asking for action. I feel like we spent so much time in the ring, but the double underhook there again.
This time from Darius Okello.
Yes, from Darius. So will he make advantage of it?
So Okello should definitely use that double underhook since he has more
expecting him to go for a takedown, but again, we're seeing some hesitation. Still getting the knees.
Do you think the ref is going to separate them in time soon?
I feel like he should, for me. I mean, they've been there for so long. This is mixed martial arts. You don't go into one particular thing for so long, I feel.
Yeah, I think both fighters have been gradually inactive.
Too early to rest. Well, that punch landed.
Trying to land a few
punches.
punches.
That's a very good punch, I won't lie.
Powerful punch.
That's a good punch from the clinch. And they're actually connected, man. They will add up. They may not look like much to the viewers, but those punches to the ear hurt.
And they wear you down, and they wear you down.
Oh.
It's still a clinch battle, and man, since Okello has the advantage, you should do more with it, honestly.
Yeah, the advantage of the double underhook. Usually it gives you a better grip of the opponent, so that if you want to take them down, you just need to find a way of locking their legs probably and sweep them.
Indeed, man. He should do more with the double underhook. The ref should split them, in my opinion.
Yeah, but of course, before he does, let's hope that one of these fighters actually tries to switch things up.
Yeah, and
the ref is calling for it, man.
Give us some action.
They had more energy getting into the ring than they seem to at this moment in time.
Maybe
calling for that. There you go.
Let's see. But you know, these knees have really been landing. We've been talking through them, but Okello has landed.
He has landed multiple
I
knees.
think 3 or 4 of those knees during this exchange, the clinch exchange.
These two fighters seem to respect each other.
There is always
but there's
that
activity.
element.
I think there's too much respect from both fighters.
There's too much respect. They need to let it out. They need to let it flow. I mean.
Or maybe you could say the first round was for feeling out. Both fighters are trying to feel out each other, get a taste of your opponent so that you have a better idea on how to implement your game plan during the second round. But man,
2 featherweight fighters, 2 fairly impressive featherweight fighters, I should say. Isaac Omedo has...
We've just reached the 10-second warning.
The 10-second warning, are they going to be separated by the clock? Oh! What a takedown there!
Beautiful.
Well calculated.
Beautiful takedown from Omedo.
There.
Oh.
Someone has been saved by the bell. Darius might have been saved by the bell.
Now, how do you judge that round? Because you could say
Darius
Darius was the more active fighter in the clinch, but that takedown at the end is huge.
He was so lucky that the clock had shifted.
No, but Isaac Omedo landed that just in time. Omedo landed it just in time, which might be enough to swing that round.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
A beautiful takedown. Then he mounts
we should have seen this early, I think, from either one of the fighters. They both had opportunities to actually take the opponent down, but they seemed hesitant.
At least for Isaac now, he has got to build on that. I think from the way it was cagey all throughout the first minutes in the first round, you feel with that happening in the last seconds of the round,
it will give
Isaac can try in the second round to build on that because I feel he has the momentum now.
No doubt about it. I think for a fighter who has 12 fights and only 2 losses, a fighter who does not have the same kind of MMA background that his opponent has, Isaac Omedo taking his opponent, who is supposed to be slightly more experienced in MMA, I think that will give him more confidence to actually try that a few more times.
I would say the winner of this bout would be the one who tries the grappling techniques. Because it seems these two are neck and neck when it comes to striking. There's no clear advantage, no strike advantage, no power advantage, no volume advantage. So the fighter rather, who may mix it up better, just may take it.
Grappling takes a lot of technique, and such a fight that seems so cagey as it is, usually go down to little finer details to get a winner. But as you can see,
Omedo is feeling himself.
In his corner. He knows he has got his meat for the taking.
The Monster King has got his meat in his sight.
The Jungle King might have an idea.
Whoa.
But it's a risky one. He landed.
There you go. Only take down this time.
That should knock him out cold. I don't even know how he's awake. Wow. A ground and pound situation. This could be it.
Those punches are landing.
This could be it. He should not be in that deep half, man. He should be looking to escape.
Isaac Okwang has got a proper advantage here.
Okello should exactly use that up kick. Use that up kick. Create a frame. Exactly.
He needs to use his leg frame well, protect himself. But the punches are landing.
Roll. Actually, you should roll Omedo over him, man.
And the fact that they are close to the ring, you feel the cage. You feel it's an advantage.
Ooh, that's another one. He's really. Into side control.
No escaping. You're not
into
going
side
anywhere.
control.
Is that a mount?
That's
half guard.
Mount, but there's a half guard.
That's a half guard. That's a half guard situation.
I think Darius.
And Isaac is right in front of his corner, man. So this is where he wants to be. Listening to his coach, listening to his corner, and knowing how to give the punishment to Okello.
I think Okello's done quite well to actually stay in this.
Beautiful reverse.
What a reverse.
But still, Isaac is where he wants to be, right in front of his corner, listening to the advice, listening to how to turn this position and get back on top. He actually has the escape. Don't go inside. You should be looking to push his hips outside. You should definitely be looking to push his hips. You should be looking to shrimp escape outside, not inside.
And you can see he's getting instructions from his coach telling him to try and fold the leg.
Yeah,
can he hear this?
I don't know if you guys can hear it at home, but that is Darius's coach, and he is shouting for everything in him.
That's a powerful reversal.
These two are really, really going at it.
You know, we wanted a grappling exchange, but we didn't even know that it would be this even too. Like, these are actually really even fighters, you know, on the feet.
In everything they match.
In the grappling, we haven't seen a clear-cut winner. I don't know. Maybe you guys.
I think
can count it different.
Darius is doing well to actually keep Omeda very close to him.
That's very good, man.
Trying
That way you
to avoid
can't
all
go
the
and pound
damage.
me.
Those punches in the ribs won't matter. They won't hurt at all.
As much.
They will hurt.
They will hurt, but
you
not
better,
as
you
much
better be
as they
punched
would.
in the rib than in the face.
In the face, yeah.
I would think. But he's doing very well of keeping Isaac close to him so that he can't generate power in those punches. But now he should be looking for an escape. Holding him down is not good enough because Isaac is not being inactive. The ref is not going to split this. Isaac is moving and punching, moving and punching. So now it's up to Darius to look for the escape. He can't count on the ref.
But how can Isaac make good use of that mount position?
Well, A, he needs to free his head. That's the first thing that's keeping. He needs to free his head. That's the first thing that's keeping Darius in this fight.
And he's trying to weaken him with those punches in the ribs.
So if Isaac can free his head, then he can now get into some ground and pound situation. Exactly. Look at him creating a frame. Look at him creating a frame. Breaking that grip is broken. That's it.
I sense a ground and pound situation here.
Oh, wow. Darius is not giving up, you know.
He's still holding on very,
but
very
you know,
tight.
this is good for Isaac. This is almost 2 minutes of control time. I could be wrong, but almost 2 minutes of control time.
The first round was tight. This round,
without
is not
any
tight
question.
at all,
man.
He's protecting his face well.
Isaac said, maybe you guys don't know the first round, but the second round is mine. Isaac wants it, and he wants to stamp his name on this round.
Darius is doing
It's a tight situation.
It's really tight.
Because Isaac cannot exactly take advantage of that mount position, but give it up to Darius down on the floor. He's doing well to keep Isaac ahead of him, his upper body ahead of his head, so that he cannot
Are those
get
toes
in
in
good
the cage?
position.
Okay, good. No, they're not.
Hip up and turn. Those were the instructions from Darius' coach, but he's still getting some punches with his face.
Nice. Those are
more
very
punches.
good.
Oh,
Oh, yes. This is what we came to see. That should do that again.
Is the sweat denying Isaac an opportunity to get Darius' face right?
I'd say it's a bit of sweat, a bit of exhaustion.
And a bit of Darius.
Brilliant.
Certainly a lot of
I won't
Darius.
lie.
But he's landing.
Brilliant.
He's landing so many more in this exchange.
Wow, Isaac is with such a dominant round, man.
Very,
such
very dominant
round.
Wow, what an escape. What an escape.
Wow.
Isaac has other ideas. He needs his man down.
Such a but I have to give up Darius's
resilience
and his defense.
His defense has been
and
really,
his
really
defense, yo. His defense has been
because he
on
keeps
the
on
money.
holding on tight, sliding under, avoiding
Those will be
the
10
damage.
seconds to this round. Let's see. If I'm Isaac, I just keep pounding. I just keep pounding.
That's that exactly what you're saying.
Because this round is mine, man.
Darius might be saved by the bell, and he is. Wow.
That's exactly what I do. This round was mine if I'm Isaac, because I know I had control time for, I think, if not 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes minimum.
There's no doubt a lot of damage was done
to
Darius in that round. What was very interesting is the fact that he was ready to take Darius down. I think the takedown at the end of the first round gave him the confidence to do it early in the second round. And like you said, he was in control for the majority of the time.
He was, man. I think he noticed how easy it was to take Darius down in the first round, and he decided to try that game. He decided he'd rather play those cards.
Clearly, Isaac Omeda led this one.
Yeah, this round I definitely give it to Isaac.
No brainer.
No brainer, man. That control time
was
was dominant. Look at that slam. I don't even know how Isaac didn't fall asleep, rather Darius didn't fall asleep, because that slam was powerful.
That was the mistake there. He went for a round kick and he landed straight. His left leg landed straight in the arms of Isaac.
And that set
bam,
the tone.
The next was history.
It set the tone for the rest of the round. That could have even been a 10-8 round. I think
I agree with you.
That is how
it
dominant.
Could actually be a 10-8 round.
That is actually how dominant Isaac was. Going into the final round, I think it's very, very clear, in my opinion anyway, that Darius needs to try to finish this. Because if they go the distance, if they go the distance, I find it very hard to see how Darius
wins. I agree with you, Ian. That is the only way Darius wins this. He has to get a finish. He has to get a knockout.
Well, from the look of things in the previous round, you felt Darius must have taken quite a number of punches to his head. Will they affect him going into the final round?
We see another round going the distance, the endurance, respect between both fighters. We love to see the camaraderie. Oh yeah, Isaac wants this. He's hyped. He's hyped. Let's see if the hype is real.
We need for the final round of the
Let's see if the hype is real. Which king shall be reign supreme? Is it the Monster King
Or the Jungle King.
Let's see.
The Monster King is looking like he has it at the moment.
The Jungle King, for me, in as much as he's attacking, I feel like he's tired.
Very beautiful.
Very beautiful.
That jab. Right into it.
Oh, powerful kick there from Darius.
I like the urgency from both fighters, man. Both fighters are decided to turn it up a notch. That's what we came to see.
These two are not hanging around, not hanging about.
Beautiful
Another low
leg
kick. Another low kick, but I like that Isaac is always ready to counter.
Yeah, whenever a kick lands, he comes attacking with a punch.
Oh yeah.
In the other round, it was a takedown. This time it is a punch.
That's the sign of a fighter who is alert.
Alert, top concentration, and that's what you need. More so if you get into such a round knowing you're on top.
Oh yeah, but I will say that Okello is doing this, having the same problem Cyprian did of shooting just one punch at a time or one attack at a time, one kick at a time, one knee at a time. I'd love to see combinations from the fighters. I want to see follow up your strikes.
I think the difference here is that Isaac has something to throw back every time he goes in this particular fight.
I feel like the two fighters have withdrawn a bit. They have kept a bit of distance between the two. That's not something we've seen so much in the earlier rounds.
I think they both respect themselves. They both earned each other's respect.
Yeah.
Yes, they have that punch landed.
That's what I mean. That beautiful combination into a clinch. That's what you need. Don't just stick one jab out there or one cross out there. Follow it up. Follow it up. Give some volume. Don't give your opponent time to think. And this is what
we talked about.
Exactly what Isaac.
We talked about how Darius Okello needs to do much more in this round. In this situation, I think he needs
Darius
to be a lot more proactive. He does need to try to take his opponent down. He does.
In my opinion, he needs a finish. He needs a finish because if he leaves this to the judges, he may not go to his favor.
There is
only
no way
one way for it to go, for sure. But how easy will it be for him to?
It's never easy to finish.
Come up with a.
It's never easy
a submission against a guy who's all over him like a body rash.
You just need to dig deep. This is where championship metal comes in. You need to dig deep. You need to want this. You need to want to finish.
That's why they got the honor of stepping into this hexagon, one that is only for champions. But those
both
knees and kicks to the lower body.
Oh, beautiful from Isaac.
He gets into mount position yet again.
Wow. Look at how easy that was, man. But
again, another brilliant escape.
He did really well to escape.
Brilliant escape. But I don't know if that's good. You're not supposed to run from your fighter.
Well, I mean, in such a situation, did he have options, really?
especially after the second round.
But either way, man, it's a cage. It's not like you can run far.
It's not so far you can go.
But in the second round, we saw what happened once he was in that position.
Again, a powerful kick from Darius, but Isaac is always ready to respond with a punch.
You know, Isaac is always ready for those kicks. He's always ready for those kicks.
I've been a lot more impressed with Isaac today than with Darius. I expected much more from Darius, especially in these type of situations, even in the groundwork. He is.
Is that because of his entry?
Is that the cage being grabbed? Or?
It was for a second, but he let go.
Okay, nice to
coach
see the
bellowing
ref.
instructions, telling him to turn him over.
Darius's coach knows what needs to happen, but Darius.
Barely 1.5 minutes to go into this final round of this 5 minutes.
Thing that Isaac has done well, which may not be as common, having the fight to his corner. Isaac has purposely made sure the fight has been in front of his coaches, in front of his instructors. So in case of anything, the information he needs to win is just right there in front of him. And those little things, man, they make a difference.
How much difference will they make?
Suddenly these knees have been landing.
Less than a minute to go.
This was similar to the first round where we saw Darius landing a few knees in these positions. However, at
Isaac has the underhooks.
At this stage of the fight.
Oh yeah, Isaac should do something. He should do something with his underhooks.
Yeah, no doubt, but
I don't say submission.
Not a submission, maybe a takedown into a ground and pound. I don't say submission, but exactly, he should go for that again.
I feel like Isaac should know at the back of his mind that he's got the lead in this, and he should be trying to rest a bit. Should try to keep him there, keep your opponent there, try to save some bit of gas, because I mean it's been an intense battle between the two.
No, in my opinion, man, you don't want to give the refs any. You don't want to give the refs any chance. 10-second warning.
10-second warning.
10 seconds to go. Isaac trying to force a takedown, does get it. And again.
And this fight is over. It is going to the points.
Darius. Should I say was saved by the bell?
Again, this is the second time it's happened. This fight.
Second time he was being saved by the bell.
Wow.
The third round and the first round are very similar in the sense that the two fighters were just
Ian,
trying
call it.
to
What do you
get a
think?
few points. I think this is a lot easier for me to call than the other fight. Isaac all day long.
I'm 100% with you, man. I think Isaac was just dominant, especially that second and third round domination.
The monster ate up the jungle.
So now we get
The
to see
jungle
which
king.
king is reign supreme, man. Let's just give it to the judges.
Well, the jungle is here, a hexagon that has seen battles before. Two kings did enter this jungle, but at the end there can only be one king. But look at that. Isaac landing his punches. He was so focused on his opponent.
Brilliant
I like his
takedown.
concentration all throughout the fight.
Yeah, I won't lie.
Super concentration.
I feel like
seeing
he has,
everything coming at him.
I think he has a lot of potential.
And I think we like that Isaac fought his fight.
No,
Obviously
Isaac
his
fought
fight
it.
was 1 pound.
He 100% fought his fight, but I like the potential that we're seeing in him. Considering this is his first mixed martial arts fight, he does have a taekwondo background.
yeah.
He has fought in other styles.
Oh yeah.
12 fights, 2 losses,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
not a bad record at all. But today, seeing him in this particular situation, I think he actually did quite well, and he's only going to get better as a fighter.
Cemented it indeed.
He can only get better. But what an interesting fight it has been. It went the distance at least. None of them will feel like the lesser man.
Oh yeah, I don't think any fighter can walk out of this feeling defeated.
True.
I'd say both fighters give it out there, and man, the better man won. Truthfully.
The better man won, even though we're
Today.
officially about to find out.
Let's find out who the
that
better man
winner
was.
is.
Well,
But
let's head straight to the ring announcer to make it official. Well, since the judges are still
The judges are deliberating the fight. See, it was much closer than
scoring
we
this,
thought.
I thought it was an easy one to call. But yeah, it was perhaps a lot more closer than we thought because the 3 judges are all black belts. So one in Taekwondo, another in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and
Yeah,
the other.
But I'll be honest with you guys, I think Darius on the night, you say these two fighters both gave their best. These
Yeah.
two fighters were both, well, will not be disappointed. I honestly think Darius will go home slightly disappointed with his performance.
Yeah, but
I think not that he had a bad performance necessarily, but for what he has done so far in his career, the fact that he has fought an MMA fight or 2 in his history,
I think we have
he
results.
should have done a lot more than what he did.
And it's time now for us to get to see what the judges think. It has been a bit close, you would say, but perhaps easier to call. But who are we to say? Let's head straight to the ring announcer to hear the official announcement.
And after 3 rounds of this bout in the featherweight at 1Zone MMA, scoring it 86-79, and our champion tonight, featherweight, Isaac Omeda. Isaac Omeda, big congratulations tonight. Such a very tight game action tonight. How do you feel? How do you feel right now? Take a breath, my brother. Take a breath. I know it was really hard. How do you feel?
I just feel good to win this night, and all my thanks today.
Doesn't really sound as hard as he is in the cage, but yes, indeed, that was not a simple fight. What was your best technique coming into the cage tonight so you could be able to actually down this man in the names of Darius Okello?
My real techniques that it was in my head here that I had to use, it was 1-2 kick down. Whenever he wants to take me down, I go with him. Though in the hair, I go with him. I'm everywhere.
As Mr. Everywhere, and indeed tonight he was all over the cage. A big congratulations to you. I just wanted to give one message to your fans that are watching you right now, celebrating you and congratulating you. What words do you have for your Spacer fans?
Thanks for watching this fight tonight. Thanks for supporting me. Big shout out to you all. 1Zone MMA.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you very much. Big congratulations. Looking forward to more great victories for you. Big congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Our winner for tonight, featherweight, Mr. Isaac Omeda. Still so much action coming your way tonight. It's still a young night. You stay close, you stay put, because so much more is coming your way on 1Zone MMA. Commentary team.
Well, 3 down, 3 to go. What a fight that was. It went the distance, but the man, Isaac, was able to come out victorious on that. Guys, you called that one, but it was an interesting bout, really. You feel like Darius did actually come to fight. He gave us something to talk about.
You know, for 1 second just there, I was thinking it would be interesting to see Isaac Omeda taking on the guy we saw in the first fight, Sirianga Kennedy.
Yeah.
Same weight division, both victors. I'm sure we'll see that at some point. But going back to this very fight, the fact that he was able to deal with what was thrown at him, you just heard what he said.
Yo, man.
In the air or on the ground, he was ready for whatever's coming.
Kudos to both fighters. They obviously came here to scrap, and they came here to fight, and they gave it all in the cage. And the better man won. I think it just came to the finer details, i.e. the grappling exchanges. Like, and they're not showing this replay, but the grappling exchanges, the takedowns for Omeda, the ground and pound for Omeda. Ultimately, those little things just added up. And
well, the second fight you feel was an improvement on the the earlier one. That is the pictures you're seeing there, where Kajimu did lose his fight. But as we do wait for the highlights of the previous one, you feel you want to give credit to Isaac Omeda, because first of all, the fight seemed cagey at the start. Both fights, going into clinches, long clinches. But later on in the second round, they went flying.
Actually, you made a good point, because our guy entered flying Okello with some flying spinning back kick into a Superman punch, and we're like, wow. We thought that it might go the other way, but obviously Isaac kept his calm, kept his composure, understood his opponent, and saw the weaknesses he could exploit.
What differences would you say, between the two fights we've seen? The earlier one between, involving Kajimu, who came out guns blazing, and the earlier one between Isaac Omeda and Darius. What's the difference?
I think Darius had a bit more composed chaos. Darius was, you could tell that his game plan was chaos, but it was obviously more composed than Kajimu. And it worked for a good amount of the fight, because they went the distance. But the judges obviously saw that.
No, I think there's no question in the first fight that Isaac was the dominant fighter. He was the better fighter. I think the turning points came at the very end of the first round, because you could argue that Darius was winning at that point. But that was a turning point right there. Switched up the entire fight, and I think Isaac grew in confidence once he got the takedown, and once he realized he could actually control his opponent on the ground.
Indeed.
That is exactly where he now decided, you know what, let's do this.
But give it up to Darius. In as much as he lost, his escapes are something to talk about. He had some good escapes.
His escapes were good. He was defending in the right positions, getting tight, trying to slide under his opponent, but the reason I kept on saying I was disappointed with him is because I thought he had a more all-round skill set, which he does, but we didn't get to see all of it tonight.
I feel like the application wasn't good. Some of his kicks were not well timed for me. I mean, such a round kick for me perhaps was not the best option.
His kicks kept landing him in dangerous positions, especially like this slam, which I don't know how he didn't sleep, in my opinion, because I was very confident they were going to knock him out.
Well,
the slam, but hey.
He seemed so confident coming into the cage. That is Darius. But Isaac Omeda kept his composure, and at the end he was the king, standing as he did win that one. 3 down, like I said, 3 to go, and the next one is right there. The Viper, Samson Serunjoji, trying to bring the venom against the Tiger, Daniel Dat. What a fight. I fear snakes. I fear snakes.
I fear snakes and tigers, so...
But I was waiting for Webb to say he fears snakes, but he loves tigers. He has a pet tiger.
I don't know. I'm not sure whether I like or fear tigers. I haven't encountered one at least, but I do know for a fact that snakes do not want to come close to me. But guys, another exciting bout we are about to see. These two fighters also seeming to be with sort of similar history. They have played kickboxing, both of them. I think Daniel Dat has got some more history in boxing.
Yeah, but Samson St. George is a very experienced fighter. He has fought 32 times, 32 fights. That is no joke at all. He's taken part in 5 Taekwondo championships. It's going to be interesting. Samson has the experience.
Fighter.
Daniel that has the reach advantage.
We might have a classic boxer versus kicker fight.
It will be interesting to see.
Let's find out.
Interesting would be an understatement to describe the kind of action we are seeing so far. 3 bouts down. Let's get straight into our 4th fight of the night.
Indeed, getting into our next section for the lightweights. Welcoming to the black corner, Ugandan by nationality. He is weighing in at 69.3, at a height of 170.3, age 23. Good in Taekwondo and kickboxing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Viper, Samson Serunjoji.
Let's go!
And now, welcoming to the yellow corner, age of 28, weighing in at 68.6, Ugandan by nationality, at a height of 182 centimeters. Welcome the open-close tiger, Daniel Doo!
Let's go!
It's time for the lightweight division tonight. In the yellow corner, the Tiger will be opening the close. And in the black corner, spitting venom is the Viper. And we'll be handing it over to our center referee, Mukasa Amos.
Brothers, come. Brothers, look me in the eyes, please. You, I'm telling you, please. Strictly to the rules I gave you, right? Don't hold the neck, okay? No elbows, right? Have you heard? Have you heard? Okay, go to your corner. Go to your corner. But are you ready? Are you ready? You fight!
Time, ladies and gentlemen.
We are live. Let's see this. Let's see
Daniel
this.
Dad from Sudan, but trains with the Uganda police.
Very
Quick
aggressive
action
start from
here.
Daniel. Taking his opponent to the cage very early in this one.
I like the way certain fighters don't give you time for introductions. They get straight into the action. We'll get back to the introductions, but Samson right there.
Oh, nice.
Good exchange, good early exchange.
I won't lie, I can't even pick a winner from that exchange until
that-
now. Wow!
This must be the
Wow!
fastest
That
knockout.
is it, ladies and gentlemen. 30 seconds is all it took.
Just over 30
We are having
seconds.
30 seconds is all it
Oh
took.
my
Gets back up.
Just like that.
He is out.
Just like that. That's it.
Daniel that gets back up. He landed
Yeah.
straight into the right punch.
Wow.
He ate that
And I was about
punch.
to say how the clinch is 50-50. Only for that to happen. Wow.
What just happened?
You can't believe it either.
This,
What just happened?
You were so
in
ready
there?
to commentate.
it looked like it was going to be a
Come
very,
on, we
very
need to
long
earn our
fight.
money. I mean,
You were so ready.
guys, what is this?
The experienced man,
Wow.
Samson Serenjoji.
Wow.
The
Knocked out
Viper has
this round.
come with too much venom.
He really
a
stung.
lot more than we expected.
The Viper stung the tiger. You don't hear this story every day, do you?
You don't at all. But again, some
Guy.
of these fighters just come out guns blazing without a proper game plan. I feel like Daniel Dat was all over
Let's watch the replays.
Samson. But look at that.
So we're here.
Interesting start.
Oh,
Whoa,
they
that
went
one
straight
rocks
then.
him.
Oh,
Another one
there were
landed
two.
him.
Oh, wow.
Two consecutive
there.
right hands. The
That
first
bitch.
one rocked him. The second one just took him down.
Those
think the
were
ref-
so powerful.
I think
They
I
landed home.
think Gooch did really well. Daniel did really well. Sorry,
Look at
the
that.
ref did really
Boom.
well to stop this one when he did.
The second one.
Whoa.
That's it. Good night.
And you see right there.
Good night.
He's
The ref
out
did
of
amazing,
it.
man. You don't want anymore. He's seen enough.
What is interesting is that Samson has history in taekwondo and kickboxing. I would expect him to be,
The better boxer, right?
you know,
No, but Samson does have a boxing
Yeah.
background, a kickboxing background.
Wow.
Like we said earlier, taekwondo
but
as
that
well.
was too much boxing skill. Really.
Samson
I mean,
wanted early night, man. He
I
had
think
things to do.
I think Daniel wanted to really take this to his opponent, but
isn't this the fastest we've seen?
This must
Yes,
be
it
the
was.
fastest knockout in 1Zone MMA history. Are we wrong?
in 1Zone
We
MMA,
need to check it out, but this could be the fastest knockout in 1Zone MMA history. Wow.
Guys, I still haven't recovered from this.
What?
That was too fast.
Obviously, Samson has things to do tonight. Obviously,
he
man.
has
He has
places
better
to
things
go
to do
and
than he has
people
places
to
to go,
meet.
places to meet, man. This was-
Let's go to the ring announcer to make this official.
And now, in the lightweight division tonight, the champion by knockout, still so venomous, the Viper, Serunjoji Samson. Samson, preferably, yes, indeed. The man Samson, also referred to as one of the strongest men. How does that feel tonight? 20 seconds, first round, it's knockout and a victory for you. How do you feel, brother?
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm a champion, and I feel happy. As I promised my son, I'm going to knock the guy down. I'm the Venom. I'm the Viper. This is my cage. This is my room. No one can take me from my house. This is my house. This is what I do best.
It's not really very usual when you see a fighter in this cage after a victory. They're not even dropping a lot of sweat. Man, was that too easy for you? Do you feel like you need to maybe have another fight tonight? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Anyone comes, I just destroy. I'm the destroyer. If you want to test my venom, my man, I don't know who you are, but you may be the next. You may be the next. Come.
Words from the Viper to whoever will be the next fighter. And his name, a champion in the lightweight, Serunjoji Samson. Big congratulations. Do enjoy yourself. And it's still a lot of more action coming your way. Live at 1ZoneMMA.com. And of course, as well as Sanyuka Television. I'll hand you once again over to the commentary team. And we still have so much action coming your way. Don't blink. Just stick around. The commentary team will let us know what's coming up next.
Well, that was too much venom indeed. I don't think anyone we've seen so far would have the right antidote for that venom. That was too much that he just had to knock anyone out. What if I don't think even Samson himself thought it was going to be this easy for him.
Not at all. And I think from the beginning of this fight, the way Daniel Dutt got in there with a lot of aggression, we thought it was going to be a very close battle. But immediately, Samson turned it around, pushed his opponent into the cage. And once we got into this situation with the exchanges, boom, in your face. Good night, sir.
Wow, you know, I was just about to say how...
You're still lost for words.
I'm still lost for words. I'm still worried. I was about to say how the clinch was 50-50 and that they needed more energy. Only for Samson to do that, man.
Well, with such a bout, ladies and gentlemen, you always need to take a break, guys. We need to take a break from that. That was too much hard punching. That landed home. But we're still here. We take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. When we do return, the first and only ladies bout of the night. And later on, the main fight involving two East African men, Uganda taking on DR Congo.
Can I say I'm not disappointed so far? I'm excited. I'm so happy so far, man. I hope the next fights are just as, yeah.
A short break. We'll be back in a jiffy.
I'm unique. I'm going to bang you.
Ladies and gentlemen, and we are back again to the heart of Kampala, the capital of the Pearl of Africa, Uganda, where the first professional mixed martial arts competition is taking place inside that hexagon, one that is fast becoming a battlefield like no other in this part of the region. My name is Web Daniel Savage, again welcoming you back to 1Zone MMA. And of course, for those of you watching us on the home of sports, Anyuka TV, 4 bouts down, 2 to go. And up now is the only ladies bout of the night, involving a lady, Eunice Akelo, the nurse, ring nurse, up against the lioness, the princess, herself, who will be hoping that counts in any way inside that hexagon, will it?
I think Joan will be looking to show that she's more than just a princess in that hexagon tonight.
She has shown it before, Ian. She has won fights in Ethiopia, represented the country and won medals. What kind of bout are we about to see?
I think this is going to be an epic fight. These two fighters mean business. We saw a very good ladies fight last week. This one has the potential to be even better. Similar in terms of weight. Eunice Akelo is obviously the slightly taller fighter. However, the amount of skill set that Joan, the lioness, Nasolo has, I think that kind of variety could do very well for her. But Eunice Akelo herself,
I'd say also Joan's MMA experience, but let's find out.
Guys, ladies bouts always excite me. Last time we saw one full of soul and passion. What should we expect today? Let's head straight to our ring announcer to get this underway.
It's time for the ladies to take part in action tonight in 1Zone MMA Mixed Martial Arts and EDTs. And now, in the black corner, Ugandan by nationality, she weighs in at 59.1 and a height of 160.6, age 28. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the ring nurse, Eunice Akelo! Hunting Lioness, Ugandan, aged 31, weighing in at 57.9 and a height of 154. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Joan Nasoro. And for the only ladies bout tonight, ladies and gentlemen, time for action is now. We hand over to our center referee, Mr. Leonard. He'll be the man in charge of the rules in the hexagon.
Fighter, come. Fighter, come. Fighters, I expect a clean match. Keep it safe always. Listen to me always. All 1Zone MMA rules apply. Most importantly, there shall be no hair pulling. There shall be no clinging onto the fence. Elbows are not allowed. Keep it safe always. Fight at your corner. Fight at your corner.
Well, royalty ends when the door is closed. It is Eunice Akelo from the police, the ring nurse.
Are you ready? Fighter, are you
Does
ready?
it end web or she come here to establish it?
Well,
let's find
the
out.
ring nurse taking on the lioness, Joan Nasoro, looking so composed and concentrating as she comes attacking.
Nice.
Interesting start, good exchange.
Beautiful hook off the beautiful hooks off the bat from the lioness herself.
The
She's
lioness has
definitely
got
hunting.
way more experience than Eunice. Eunice has
about
only
to
been
say,
fighting
man.
for about 4 years.
But Yunus does have 17 fights in boxing and taekwondo. Landing a few good punches.
Joan
Yunus
is
herself.
pressuring very well, man. Keeping Eunice on the back foot. Coming forward, heavy strikes, guard high. You know, she's not exposing herself. This is a good fight for Joan she's fighting so far.
A good fight for her. She has represented the country in extra
she is. Definitely
combat.
means business. Look at that. Listen to those strikes. I don't know if you guys can hear it from home, but they are landing.
Whoa. Oh, these are hard punches.
These are good exchanges early on in this fight. Nice low kick right there.
Well, Webb, you wanted to know if being a royal counts in the cage. She's here to establish why. She is the
And she
princess.
tries to go for...
And she's here to show why.
She's attempting a takedown. Remember, she has fought in Muay Thai.
Yeah, Joan has MMA experience, remember. So that may come in too handy. Having been in a situation where you have to fight more than one art, it may come into play.
Joan has fought in the UK and Ethiopia, like Webb said earlier, in different styles.
Oh, nice.
Joan is facing
nice
to
return
expose.
from Akelo.
But she keeps
Very nice
coming.
return. Akelo is working that right hand
She keeps on
beautifully.
landing some good
It has
right.
landed. It has found a... Oh,
Take
is
down.
that an arm triangle? What is that?
I
Is
think
that arm triangle from
I
Joan?
think she is trying to go for the
Joan
arm
might
triangle.
want
Joan
to keep
actually
that
has a
half
choke here.
guard.
She really does have a choke.
Joan might want to keep that half guard.
Half guard with a choke in place.
It's not as deep as would like to, but it's there. And it's very potent. And Akelo should be wary of that choke. I won't lie.
It's dangerous, yeah. It's beginning to look dangerous. I can see.
Is
Look
she,
at
is
Oh!
she up?
Oh, they've just separated them. Oh, thank
Separated by
God.
the
Ah,
ref.
Want some bit of action.
Thank God,
This is
man.
what we want, you know? It was about to be a long night
From
down
the
there.
ref.
But I like the concentration of Joan. She keeps coming even when they throw punches to her
Joan
face.
is
She keeps coming.
pressuring hard. She said she wants the... Oh, Superman
Superman
punch!
early on.
I
Nice
this is
one.
the third Superman punch we've seen this tonight.
Oh, again! Joan, these
Oh,
punches are about
she's
to
been
hurt Joan.
rocked.
These are too many punches in the face of Joan.
Akelo has answered, responded to Joan's initial pressure very
She's
well.
responded really
Again,
well, but
That's
go
a
down
takedown.
again.
Takedown for
Another
Akelo.
takedown. Joan is down again.
But
Akelo trying to
Joan
get
has
a power
done very
position
good
to
of trapping
pound.
Akelo's arm. She's trapping Akelo's arm so that she can't pound. That's very smart. That's very, very
It's
smart.
looking ugly
But
on
she needs to escape, man.
This is beginning to
But
look
she's
ugly
doing
on
well
Joan.
of hipping out. She needs to avoid that mount. Just like that. She needs to escape.
Oh, again, another punch in the face. This is looking dangerous for Joan. Well, and the man at the center
has been called off.
End this one early.
The man at the center has had enough.
Indako, have they called it off?
Too many punches without a response.
That's it.
It's a wrap, is it?
Is it?
It is done.
It's a wrap.
The man at the center has had enough. Too many punches to the face of Joan without a response. That means Eunice Akello has won her first
ever
mixed martial arts bout. That was interesting. She kept punching at the same place in the face of Joan.
No, she kept on landing those rights throughout the fight, the jab, the hook. She kept on getting the exposed face of Joan. Joan seemed to be in a bit of control early on in that fight, but once
but she wasn't protecting her face. You don't keep coming at a puncher like that.
That's the thing. When you're the more aggressive fighter, sometimes you sacrifice.
Indeed, man.
That is the risk
Eunice needed to have her guard higher. She was the more aggressive fighter. She was fighting very well. It's just that she was not alert in those mount situations.
Look at that. She
like
goes
this
down
choke.
again.
Look at that choke.
Down,
that was brilliant.
She did well to get hold of.
The second time she went down, Eunice was so quick.
I love that Superman punch.
Superman punch landed home.
Because
but this is a takedown that ultimately led to the fight.
Eunice did have the height
disappointment
advantage.
all over the face of Joan.
Well, the nurse did treat the lioness. She did mention that that was her goal. She's going to treat.
She said she was in for some rough
was the most
treatments.
I don't know
unroyal
if it was
treatment.
princess treatment, but it was a treatment nonetheless.
Eunice has no respect for royalty, does she?
None whatsoever.
I don't think that's top of her priority right now.
None whatsoever. But it was. I thought that was an interesting battle. Of course, good early exchanges. I thought Joan actually had the better of the early exchanges, but Eunice said she came.
Well, let's go straight to the ring announcer to make this official.
A little bit quicker than what we expected, but better still in the bantamweight tonight for the ladies. And now, our champion by technical knockout, Eunice Akello. Eunice Akello, big congratulations. I see the joy says just a little so much. You seem very enjoyed. Just come over here. The whole world is watching right now. How do I know the dancers explain it all? Big congratulations. Technical knockout. How do you feel?
I'm okay, man. I'm very, very okay. Man, I'm a champion.
Indeed, a champion, the voice of the ring nurse. I know the dancers can't stop, but for now, let's just have a few words. Your opponent right over there, not easy. She's very good with kickboxing. What was your plan coming into this match?
No, I'm done with my patient. I'm now going to treat her from outside.
Indeed, sounds a little good, beautiful. Says she's done with the patient. She's now going to take care of her right after this cage. I know you're the only ladies fighter tonight that is a champion. What should everybody expect right out there? We have so many of the ladies who are saying they're coming after you. You're a ring nurse, but pretty soon you might become a ring patient. Are you ready for them?
I'm not ready.
You're not ready?
But I'm ready for them.
You're ready to fight them?
Yeah, I can treat anyone.
Indeed, he's ready to treat everybody. Give us your last words as the ring nurse and words of affirmation to all your fans that are watching you right now.
Oh, before entering the ring, man, I was so powerful, so speedful. Man, remain a champ.
I know she's lost for words as a champion. Indeed, a champion will always be a champion. And our champion in the bantamweight tonight, in the ladies' fight, Eunice Akello. We're getting ready for the biggest fight tonight. I'll hand you over to the boys and the team that brings the analysis, making it easier for you to get to know what's yet to happen to your eyes, what is yet to be the biggest game in this cage. Over to you, commentary team.
Well, the ring nurse getting good angles from her patient, should I call her? But what an interesting fight there, guys. I think for me it is totally goes down to Joanne not having a proper way of defending herself as she attacked.
I would say what made Joanne lose the fight was her poor mount defense. Maybe I would say Joanne did a lot wrong because she was pressuring very well, and I could say she had the better of the exchanges.
But she was getting so many punches to her face.
So that's something she needs to work on, keeping a higher guard, her mount escapes, her mount defenses. But hey, kudos to both women, and wow. What a finish from Eunice. We shouldn't take away from Eunice's victory. Wow, what a dominant finish.
Eunice did really well, and what I enjoyed was her saying that as the ring nurse, she's now going to take care of her patient when she's the one who did all the damage in the first place. But very impressive from Eunice. I think Joanne landed some good early punches, but she did really well to stay composed and come back and eventually get the W.
And another win there for the Police gym, where they come from again. Is it a sweep for Police so far?
I could be wrong, but Police have swept every fight so far, man.
They are winning fights
They've
for fun.
swept every fight so far that they've been in.
Winning fights for fun. But
Police are doing something right.
I think they've made an investment into, mixed martial arts and all. But give it up to Ayo Veronica, the losing lady from the last week. Because she's from the Police as well, she came to cheer her colleague to victory against the Lioness.
No, I think Veronica was very impressive last week, even though she ended up on the losing side. But for her to come back 1 week later, stand with her teammates, I think that was very good to see.
We love to see these things.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've watched 5 bouts tonight. 1 more to go. It's a party of East African rivals. A Ugandan from the UPDF, Ronald Odoch, known for his kickboxing, will be facing a man from the Democratic Republic of Congo, a country fresh from being accepted into the East African community.
What a welcome party this is. Huh?
Will it be a good welcome party for the man from Congo, Kanzeko,
there's Police
Glody?
Something else to do.
There's only one way to find out if you stick to us here on the 1ZoneMMA.com and on Sanyuka Television, the home of sport. We take a break. We'll be back in just a breather to seal this night of action. Final bout of the night between a Ugandan Ronald Odoch taking on an East African neighbor, Glody Kanzeko. It's a fight of 2 guys with different characters. Odoch, nicknamed Odo, simply the short form of his name, against a guy who calls himself Van Damme.
Van Damme.
Should we expect to see some flying ground kicks in there?
No question about it. We expect to see a lot of action from the man named Van Damme. But it's going to be interesting to see because he's a Sambo combat fighter. It's similar to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
It's an interesting nickname because Van Damme is a grappler. And
Van Damme is a grappler.
The real Van Damme doesn't grapple.
He does not grapple.
But Van Damme,
you mean Van Damme,
Van Damme here.
This Van Damme is a
Van
grappler.
Damme here is a grappler, and Odoch is a well-renowned kick striker in his own art. So
Thai trained fighter, Odoch, Muay Thai background, very good kickboxing background. He has quite an amount of experience, Ronald Odoch. So I'm sure he's going to try to keep the fight standing, whereas you're expecting to see Glody Kanzeko trying to take this fight down.
Well, analysts used to say that Odoch was the next biggest thing in East Africa when it came to kickboxing. Sadly, he's here now for his biggest test against the Congolese, not in kickboxing alone, but in that and many more in what we call mixed martial arts. Tell us about Glody Kanzeko, the Congolese who came in late, by the way, because the earlier opponent got health issues. But this man has been ready. He has got a record of 4-0-1. He has fought some
wins,
mixed martial
0
arts
losses
and
one draw officially.
He has some experience in mixed martial arts, which might come in handy.
Yeah, there's no question Glody Kanzeko has that experience in mixed martial arts. Like I said, he will want to take this to the ground with the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Sambo combat experience, but Odoch will want to keep it on their feet. If it stays up, you think Odoch will have the edge. If they go down, you expect Glody to have the edge.
Let's find out then.
A product of the Wankan club in the DR Congo, Glody Kanzeko will be tested by a man from the Uganda People's Defense Forces, a kickboxer known for his power, Ronald Odoch. Trust you me, we're up for a real main bout, and straight to the ring announcer to get this party started.
Hello, Africa and the rest of the world. And now we come to our final event, the main event of tonight, coming to you live on 1Zone MMA.com. It's a fight for Congo and Uganda. Better still, East Africa will be at the center of this hexagon tonight. Coming in from Congo, aged 25, at a height of 180.1, weighing at 75.4. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Glody Kanzeko! From the Democratic Republic of Congo, he is Glody Kanzeko. And now, still in the welterweight, weighing at 75.4, at a height of 170.2, he is aged 28, Ugandan by nationality, flying the black, yellow, red tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Ronald Odoch! Welcoming to the black corner, representing the Pearl of Africa, Ronald Odoch. Watching us from all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, time for the action is now. Handing it over to center referee Leonard. It's Odoch up against Glody Kanzeko.
Fighter, come. Fighter, come. I expect a good match. Keep it safe always. Listen to me at all times. All 1Zone MMA rules apply. Remember, no elbows allowed. No holding onto the cage. Do not strike a player at the back of the head onto the spine. Listen to me always. Player to your corner, fighter to your corner. Fighter, are you ready? Fighter, are you ready? Fight!
And here we are for our last dance of the night.
Oh, yeah.
A Ugandan, Ronald Odoch, against a Congolese.
Oh, takes him down. What a double leg. What power.
We knew
you
this
felt
would
that.
happen. We knew this would happen. Glody wanted to take this down.
This is exactly how I said, man. Glody's fight is a grapple fight. Glody was obviously came with a grappling advantage, and you can tell that is what he wants to do. But Ronald is doing very well, keeping frames. You know, keeping Glody close to him so that you can't punch. But this Kese is a bad situation to be in, especially because that is what will happen in
tries to go into side control.
You can use your legs.
Early punches.
Hard punches in the face of Odoch.
Glody definitely trying to end this early, getting control of
Odoch
his opponent's
needs
arm,
to
trying to
worry
get into the
about
mount,
that
getting into a mount position very early.
Well, now that mount position is too dangerous for Odoch.
Very well.
That's a dangerous mount.
Many
have fallen in that position.
That's very dangerous for.
This is the same position Raymond was beaten by Saga, but Odoch seems too strong to control this, to manage it, tries to.
But the problem is, Glody is also landing hard, punches.
You can tell this is exactly what he wanted.
But this is but brilliant from Odoch is not accepting position. I like this. But then Glody has a choke. Glody has some kind of neck control, but he's escaped. The mount is over. He's through.
Wow, what an escape there!
What an escape from Odoch! Exactly. Oh yeah!
Oh, that punch landed.
Punches are landing in his face.
Wow, another takedown.
Glody doesn't give Odoch a chance to compose himself.
No time to breathe at all. No time to breathe at all.
We expected a lot of action. We're getting a lot of action.
Heavy.
Odoch is taking way too many punches in his face.
He really is, and he should do something, otherwise the ref may have to stop this, which I don't think Odoch wants. But he's trapped the arms, that's good. That's very good, trapping the arms and stopping. These punches aren't clean as before. That's the good. But then energy, man. How much energy do both?
How does he get out of that?
Well, he really needs to hold on to number one hug.
And also rest a bit.
And push Glody off. What he needs to do is to bring exactly just that. And he should not kick. He should strike to keep it on the feet. Try to avoid all grappling situations.
This is where Odoch wants to fight.
This should be what Ronald should do. He should not go back to the ground, at least not this round.
Again, he goes back to the ground the third time. They're mounting him.
And the mount once more.
Third time this has happened.
This is very bad.
This is very good for Glody, guys.
This is very good for Glody and very bad for Odoch, depending on how you're watching this.
But I feel like Odoch has used too much energy in getting those escapes from those mounts.
He really has, and he should be very careful of a ground and pound situation here.
Yeah,
I don't see him avoiding this one again.
He has used a lot of energy in this situation.
Nice reversal!
Nice reversal! But you watch this armbar. He should be.
Whoa!
But is it tight?
Is
it locked? No, I don't think so.
No,
it's not. He's out.
No, it
Beautiful.
He's out.
Exactly. Take his back. And that's what you do. Do we have a choke? No, we don't.
No choke here, I think.
Ronald should stand up.
If I were Odoch, I think I would rest. I would stay there for as long as I can.
If I'm Odoch, I want to stand up and make this guy strike.
If you're Odoch and you stay there, Webb, you are losing the round.
It's not good for me.
But for me, I feel like he has taken way too many punches that he needs some time to rest.
I think he should have actually changed the level. He should have actually tried to get onto his feet. He had the opportunity to do so.
I agree with you, Ian, man. Because it's shown that in these grappling exchanges, Glody seems to have the advantage.
There's no doubt he has the advantage.
He has the advantage and he's landed in entered a good ground and pound situations. So if I'm Odoch, I want to stand up.
But you guys see that Odoch is resting right now.
Yeah, of course, man.
He needed it. He took way too many punches in the first second.
But it doesn't look good to the judges. And
I mean,
it definitely does not
with
look
what
good
happened,
to the ref.
He will be okay losing the round, but not being knocked out.
That's a fair.
Because
I think if you argue that way, that Ronald wants to survive this round.
He needs that 1 minute of rest right now.
And then come back in rounds 2 and 3. If that's his game plan, it could work. It very well could work. But
well, Glody is running out of ideas. The clock is ticking. Well, the referee wants some bit of action.
From the referee to separate
That's smart. Yeah,
I like that.
But I'll tell you, Odoch benefited more from that moment.
There's no question about it, and you can tell that Glody is very frustrated with that.
You can tell he needed that.
And of course, 10 seconds to go.
Again!
Not another takedown. He avoided that.
Wow! These are nice punches. These are nice punches from. Okay, that's a round.
Time.
That's a round.
One round. What a round!
What a round, man!
Non-stop action. He did well to sprawl at the very end to avoid
the
fourth takedown. But my word, what a round.
I won't lie to you, man. This round is 100% Glody's. What domination. You can tell it's juiced him from all those takedowns and controlling, but what domination. Keep getting those takedowns, keep getting that ground and pound situation. What domination. Let's look at this. Look at
takedown right
exactly
bam.
what you expected. Gets into a side control. Again, another powerful double leg takedown.
Another takedown right there.
But that's some power right there.
That
carrying Odoch up in the air and bringing him down like that.
But you have to also give respect to Odoch. This armbar was tight. It was in, but he kept his composure and he understood the basics of how to escape an armbar, and that's exactly what he did.
He actually showed that he does have some Brazilian jiu-jitsu skills. Odoch, that is, he has had some training and he has managed to survive.
For the coaches to get out.
But guys, for me, I think this is the problem I've had with Glody all through the fights I've watched. He does get himself in good positions to seal off the fight, but he doesn't seem to have the proper technique to finish off a fight, even when he gets into a proper control. I feel like he had many opportunities to finish off Odoch, but he did not really capitalize on them.
I'd say it's a bit of both. I'd say Odoch also didn't make it easy.
He did very well to survive
He didn't make it easy for Glody to finish him. And also we have to remember that Glody took this fight, I think, on a week's notice. On 3 days' notice, actually. Very, very recent. 3-4 days' notice. So there's the question. There's a question of his endurance that's coming in. Odoch looks like the stronger fighter. He looks like the fresher fighter of the two.
But you guys,
let's see if the endurance is going to come through.
But Declan, you know how it is. Odoch is very...
Why is everyone on Glody's corner? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, people?
He's losing.
Is he losing conscious?
Okay. This is looking ugly.
He's out!
This is looking ugly.
No, not yet.
Running out of gas.
Not yet. We're waiting for official decision.
What is going on
Waiting for official decision.
He's running out of gas.
Odoch is circling the round.
He must
like
have...
a champion.
It's out.
He's out.
A stretcher brought into the cage.
It's over.
He took some heavy hits towards the end of the first
round.
Not.
The referee says
it's over.
Enough. It's done.
The judges have seen enough.
Is this a technical knockout?
Oh, he cannot continue.
The judges have seen enough. That's it. That's a TKO.
Ugly, but
we hope Glody is safe, first of all.
Yeah, he is safe. We've got an ambulance on standby. Obviously, a lot of doctors here.
And we have our winner. Wow.
This will be the most miraculous victory Odoch will ever get in his life.
Wow. Look at him come over to us. Wow.
But give it up to him. He did enough to survive a knockout in that round.
Yes.
And look what happened. You never know what is going to happen.
That means those few punches that Odoch landed.
The punches that landed towards the end of the round actually did their damage.
What just happened right there? This is what you get to see in mixed martial arts. You never say it's done. Give it up to Odoch for his resilience. I felt like it was too ugly on him. Glody came all over him like a body rush. You thought for a moment he was going to capitulate.
Wow.
He went on, finishes the round, buys some time for himself, and look what happened. His few
I
responses
need to
yielded
see the
something.
replay because I want to know what strikes Odoch gave.
We will definitely
That
see the replay.
really-
We saw him landing a few towards the end.
I want
but
to know
think
what strikes Odoch gave.
You
that
can only find
really
this
did
in this
that.
hexagon
Wow.
here. Let's go straight to the ring announcer to make this official.
It is indeed official. Uganda, Kampala, Africa, and the rest of the world watching us now. And the champion in the welterweight division by technical knockout, he is the undisputed Ronald Odoch. Ronald Odoch, welterweight champion, 1Zone MMA, even feels like he will speak from the highest of the altitude in this hexagon. Ronald Odoch, take a breath, a lot of sweat, a lot of weight, something extraordinary from a performer like you. How does it feel like? I need a stool so I can get right up higher to the welterweight champion right over here. All right. Just come over here. Take a breath. It is the champion. All sorts of things happen. Ronald Odoch, speak to the world. How do you feel?
Yeah, first I thank my coach, Gomez. Yeah, he really worked for me for the groundwork and respect and 1Zone, maximum respect. Yeah.
Indeed, as we were starting off the first round, it looked like the man was losing a lot of energy to throw you down. Everybody else, I want to believe your fans who were watching were getting a little bit frightened. He's taller than you, looks a little bit bigger. At that point, what did you feel like? What was your technique to take him down?
You know, first I was going to fight a guy from South Africa, but, you know, he gave up. So this opponent, I didn't prepare too much to fight him. But, you know, I'm a man who fight anything. So, yeah, I was ready, you know. Yeah.
A man right there who was not able to take you all through the 3 rounds. But then again, I know whatever he's feeling right now, he feels like he's not comfortable. It is not conclusive. He may be probably looking forward to a rematch. Are you ready for a rematch, Odoch?
Man, I fight anything. Even if now we can start again. Yeah.
A man feeling still a little more energized. Let's talk to all your fans that are watching you right now. Let me also let you know that the entire world was watching, and right now the whole world knows that Odo is the welterweight champion in 1Zone MMA. Give them your word.
Yeah, respect all my fans in Dubai, Sweden, and Thailand. I know my gym in Thailand. They have been watching, and my friends, some in US. They have been watching, you know. Yeah, thank you for praying for me, and respect to everyone.
Indeed, much respect to himself, the man, and the welterweight champion, Ronald Odoch! So much to take home, so much to discuss, so much to break down, and that will be coming away from our commentary team.
Well, that's the most unpredictable victory you will see in the 1Zone MMA hexagon. Ronald Odoch, a combination of resilience and a bit of luck for me, because the Congolese Ian had him for dinner, but again, he ran out of gas. He was not effective in his dominance.
I think you used the right word, resilience. He was very, very resilient throughout that first round. He was hanging in there. He was in trouble once, twice, 3 times with 3 takedowns. Glody got into a mount position all 3 times, landed a few punches, but like you said, he failed to actually finish the fight in those moments. And I think at the very end of that first round, Odoch actually landed a few shots. Yeah. And Declan pointed out very, very early, and rightfully so, this was a late replacement for a fight. So again, his conditioning, the state that he was in coming into the fight, was he ready to deal with all that? He threw everything, but in the end we saw the damage.
We have to, I really want to see these replays again, because I want to know what Odoch hit Glody with. Because we watched the same fight, and Glody was aggressive from the bat, takedowns, that very big double leg to begin the fight. But Odoch kept his calm. Especially that amber. That amber was deep, if they can show it. It was a deep and locked in. So, man, respect to
Yeah, for me, take nothing away from Odoch, but I feel like he won because Glody came with a lot of energy. He burned a lot of energy in that first round to carry that huge man up and, you know, bring him down for about 3 or 4 times. He ran out of gas for me. He couldn't breathe in his corner.
but
It's a case of running out of gas for me.
Beautiful amber. The amber was tight. But Odoch kept his calm. He remembered his grappling basics. Wow.
When you use so much power like that, you've got to finish off a fight.
Man, I agree with Ian. The conditioning came in. I think maybe taking this fight on short notice is what may have gassed out Glody.
He did not regulate his energy well.
But at the same time, we saw a lot of power from Odoch in this fight. We saw him getting out of
Defending
situations, and I think it was a combination of the right technique in certain moments, but also a lot of power to be able to get himself out of some of these situations. But he did land a few right there at the end, landed that heavy punch. I do not think Glody recovered, because that is the one time that
Glody
actually
will be
happened.
hoping and praying for a rematch. Indeed, he cannot have had enough. If you're a fighter and you lose that way, you cannot be contented with what you got. But that is what you get in the 1Zone MMA hexagon. One victory now in the main bouts for Uganda there. Odoch Ronald beating up on the man from DR Congo. What a night it has been. 6 bouts. Very exciting bouts these have been. Another Sunday, of course, will be coming in just a week. Guys, as we wind this up, have you been treated to your best fight night that far?
No, I think it was a very good night of action. Different types of fights, different styles of fighters. We saw one where the 2 guys pretty much stayed on their feet. We saw another where there was just exchange after exchange with the ladies. And we saw this last fight, which was just
best fight
crazy.
of the night?
My favorite fight could be, I'd say, a second fight.
Ian?
It was a very close one. I enjoyed the last one because there was so much action non-stop. I was hoping to see a second round of that type of action.
It's not the finish we hoped for. But
yeah.
Guys, you saw the action, 6 bouts. We'll be back again next Sunday. Thank you so much for being a part of week 2 of mixed martial arts in Uganda. Wherever you've been watching us from, we come to you from the Pearl of Africa in East Africa. That is Africa. Uganda is where such action talent from all corners did come from. Last Sunday, we had one special fighter in the main bout from Sudan, Al-Brasaha. He did win his bout against Raymond Muganga. The main bout today was between a Congolese, that is Glody Kanzeko Van Damme, running out of gas and losing against the Ugandan Ronald Odoch. What will the story be next Sunday when we do return? There is only one way to find out. If you stick it, 1Zone MMA and Sanyuka Television. I am Web Daniel Sebachi J. On behalf of the entire team, keep watching mixed martial arts Ugandan style on 1Zone MMA. Have a good night.
Indeed, it's been a wonderful day of good action right in the center of this beautiful place. Never beautiful for a man who loses a fight, but always beautiful for a man who stands out to be a champion. And indeed, from Kampala to the rest of the world, for you that has been watching us, thank you very much. Live on www.1zonemma.com and on Sanyuka TV. It's not over yet. The action is still getting started. 7 weeks of a little bit of rest. We return next Sunday, live streaming on 1zonemma.com, and from us to the entire team, from the entire team and to you that has been a part of us, it's a good night. Take very good care of yourselves. We'll see you next Sunday. Do not forget, at the center of the hexagon, it's ours. Time for action is now.